I've made a decision that not everyone's going to agree with. In fact, no one will agree with this probably. AOK has signed a new contract. Yeah, I've got some explaining to do, I think. How's it going, folks? And welcome back to Park to Prem with FC United. Yesterday we kicked off the new season. Today we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of things. We've played 10 matches in the league since we were last here, so quite a lot to cover. And I suppose we should start with the thing I just mentioned. AOK, Adam O'Sullivan-Kearney, has signed a new contract. His contract was up at the end of the year, and I didn't want to lose him on a free. He's been happy with his squad status as a backup, and I have given him some first-team football this year, and he is beginning to convince me that not only is he the best partier in the team, he might actually be a bit of a good goalkeeper as well. 4 clean sheets in 7 games. That is a little bit of an indication, I suppose, of how our form has been. Yes, he hasn't got the best one-on-ones, but he is a player who has had a lot of interest in him. Of course, last time we looked, there was Premier League clubs sniffing around at him. That gives me an inkling that maybe his potential is better than what my staff think it is. But either way, I didn't want to lose him on a free. We've given him a new contract. He's playing okay for now. He's not been clubbing this season yet. Cross fingers. We'll, of course, see how he gets on today. Elsewhere on the new contract front, Liam Donaldson has signed that new deal without a release clause, which is really good news for us. A 4-year deal for the 18-year-old centre-back who we picked up at the start of the kind of summer transfer window way back in May. And elsewhere, another player who signed a very significant new contract is Darren Riches. Of course, this is a chap snapped up from Newcastle, hoping he's going to follow in Stephen Gould's footsteps. Similarly, he has these release clauses, which we're desperately trying to get rid of. He is currently tabled, well, we've currently tabled, I should say, a contract offer to him that would remove these clauses, a 4-year deal with a 3-year extension if we get promoted. Like a lot of the young players in our team, I'm quite keen to tie the youngsters with potential down to long-term deals. It ensures that they have resale value, and it also ensures that as we climb through the league, I should hopefully be able to keep hold of them and really kind of make them mainstays of the first team. Now, of course, since we were last here, the transfer window has remained open. Have I done any business? Well, of course, we've done some business. The first bit of news, Shane Daly has departed to go to the New Saints. The Irish right-back was a backup to Crow last year. I'll be honest, he was absolutely awful for us. I've sold him on for a small loss, but there is an optional kind of contract sell-on clause, which we will hopefully get some money from. Given his performances so far for us and then for his new club, I think we probably made the right decision to sell him. I just don't think he's very good. And well, with that money that we recouped from his sale, some of the wages freed up, we made 2 deals. The first, just a squad player really, Tom Purrington, signed for peanuts for all intents and purposes. It's a 1-year deal. He can play centre mid, right mid, centre attacking mid, centre back, right back. He's just kind of one of those players that you just bring in to, I don't know, settle your nerves around squad depth. But there is one other player we've signed who is, I think, going to be quite significant for us. Christian Nguesson, 28 years old, started his career at Blackpool. You can see, moved to Burnley, has had loan spells for Oldham Athletic. Last year was on loan at Woking in our division where he got 8 goals from midfield. And well, we decided to snap him up. He's been kind of signed as a fringe player in terms of his promised game time, but I have been giving him football and he's been doing quite well. 3 goals in 9 games, a 7.14 rating, and his arrival has seen a small tweak to the system. Of course, the match engine updated with the latest Football Manager update, and whilst it doesn't feel like a significant change, I have been experimenting with a Mazzala in the system, and it has worked pretty well with Nguesson. We'll talk about the team selection for today's game, because there is some rotation. But first, let's talk about the matches since you were last here. So as I mentioned in the intro, we've played quite a lot of football since you were last here. 10 league matches. And well, today's game is against Fylde, who currently sit in 4th. We sit in 3rd, despite what I think, on the face of it, looks like a fantastic start to the season. Lots of green, lots of wins. Following on from the Woking win last time out, we had a relatively successful August. A 3-0 win against Eastleigh, a team who performed the Great Escape last year, was a great way to start the year. Stephen Gould with 2. We did, however, lose to Aldershot Town at home. Unfortunate performance in this game. Nathan Harker had a pretty poor performance, and it was off the back of that I brought AOK into the team, and he kept a clean sheet. So you can see here a 4-0 win against Yeovil, and then a 4-0 win against Kidderminster Harriers followed. Some really good results. Stephen Gould getting lots of goals. He is on fire. I think he's more than on fire. He's like a supernova. He's like a superstar. He's burning away 17 goals in 10 games. Yeah. He's back, everyone. So into the month of September, a disappointing first result, but not entirely surprising. Away against Carlisle, a 3-2 defeat. We perhaps had the better of the play. Stephen Gould's 2 goals were not enough. Carlisle, a good team, a team with some fairly significant quality, to be honest, but I don't know, felt a tad disappointing, I suppose, that we couldn't come away with more. After that, though, wins have followed. 5 on the bounce: Dartford, South Shields, Telford, Wealdstone, and then most recently Dagenham and Redbridge, all victims. Stephen Gould's on fire, most recently. Joe Duffy with a solitary goal, a man who, of course, got injured at the end of last year. This year hasn't quite had the same form as last year, as I suppose is indicated by his average ratings, but he is going to be playing for us today as we continue to rotate things in the final third to really find the optimal configuration. We've got so much attacking talent, not quite figured out who our best players are just yet. So looking at the very early league table, we are in 3rd place. Barnet and Southend United, both unbeaten in the first 11. They have played really, really well. 31 points for each of them means we are chasing them. Of course, that one automatic promotion spot looks like it could be quite a battle to get right now. If we look at the season preview, you can actually see we've dropped down to 4th in the odds, which, I mean, no one likes to see, but we'll try and shake it off. We're going to try and prove the media wrong. One thing that I do think is worth perhaps acknowledging is, for the first few years here at FC United, of course, financially, we were kind of a step above all of our rivals. In the National League, there are teams with pretty significant money, and in fact, you can see here, looking at salary per year, we're only actually the team with the 8th highest salary per year. We don't spend kind of way more than everyone else around us like we used to. Southend, by comparison, spending close to £3 million a year on wages. We spend 1.16 million. That kind of gives you an idea of that gap between ourselves and Southend, who are currently top of the table. And also today's opposition, Fylde, who, to be fair to them, are some way off Southend too, but their wages are significantly more than ours. And, well, I am expecting them to give us quite a tough game today. So I should say, as well as the Fylde game today, we're going to come back and do the FA Cup game, which is just over a week later. It's against Chester, which is just down the M65? M65, Chester to Manchester, M60. Let me check. I'd like to issue an apology. It's not the M65, it's the M56 from Manchester to Chester. Also, little bit of trivia, a little bit random this. Chester's football club is actually on the Welsh side of the border in England. Very weird, but if you didn't catch the news, when there was the kind of different lockdown restrictions in England recently around sporting events, because Chester Football Club is in Wales, I mean, you can see, here's the border. It's literally just in Wales by a few feet. Chester weren't allowed to host games with fans. Yeah, a little bit of trivia for you today. I say all of that. That game is at home, so this whole tangent about travelling down the M56, completely irrelevant. They're travelling to us, it turns out. But anyway, let's talk about team selection for today's game. We played a game at the weekend. This is a midweek game, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed it is. It's a Tuesday night. Bit chilly, hoping the players will be good for it. In terms of team selection, the headache really comes down to the fact that Stephen Gould is getting all the goals. 17 to his name, and then Maitland, Duffy with 3 apiece, and Gesson has 3 too. And then Riches, who has played largely as a centre attacking mid for us, has 3 assists and 1 goal. I feel like I'm shuffling around the players trying to work out the configuration that's going to work. Of course, last year we had Cannonier come in and play alongside Gould. He missed a big chunk at the start of the year through a thigh strain. In fact, was out for 6 weeks with it. As a result of that injury, he's not really got going in the first team just yet. So this is the team that we're going to go with. Duffy is going to play as the advanced forward for us. He's played this position a couple of times this year. You can see 1 goal in 2 games, a better average rating playing as a striker, so I'm going to go with him there. That is also why Riches, who is, of course, in the Media Dream 11, is going to move in and play that kind of number 10 role for us as a playmaker, hoping that they will be able to continue to link up with Gould. Over in the midfield, Butterworth has been pretty crap lately. That's a bit of an understatement. He's on a 6.88 rating. As a result of that, we're rotating things around. Gesson, who has played as Mazzala for us out on the right-hand side, is going to play on the left as the centre mid on attack. Over on the right, Ibrahim's going to come in and hopefully do the business. He's been in some really good form. 2 goals and 3 assists for the Sudanese international. And at CDM, we are going to go with Garrett as kind of that defensive player. His average ratings haven't been very good, although if you've played Football Manager this year, you know that ball-winning midfielders kind of get done dirty by the match engine. As for the defence, it's going to be A-OK in goal, Donaldson and Quansah at the back. Regan Booty holds down the left-back position. Crow is in at right-back, but you might have spotted a player in on trial. I'm currently looking to sign Thomas Sang, who potentially, and I don't want to say it too loudly, might be the successor to Dylan Crow. Yeah, that might not prove a popular decision. I think when you look at the 2 players, it's hard to argue that Thomas Sang isn't a pretty good upgrade and a player who has quite a lot of experience, having played in the Championship and more recently in League 2. But for now, at least, it is going to be Dylan Crowe at right back. So we're going to keep our faith with him. We're going to submit our squad. Away from home, never easy, but 5 wins in a row going into this. This is the kind of game that if we want to continue to hunt down Barnet and Southend ahead of us, we do need to win. Fylde last year, we beat by 2 crazy scorelines. I think it was something like 7-1 and 5-0. We just seem to have their number. We just seem to have the perfect counter strategy. It was like they were scissors and we are a rock. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to rock them today and hopefully get an early goal or 2. Hopefully it won't be Gold who scores it either. I've got lots of hope for this game apparently. And while we are going to kick things off here with a goal kick, which Donaldson is going to win and nod down to Richards. Of course, Richards and Donaldson, both 18 years old, and while Duffy with an experience of a slightly more finished man. That is why we've played him at striker today. He's played there twice. Maybe he's the man to play alongside Gold. Really, really nice finish though. All came from Donaldson's towering header. Ibrahim brought into the team to play that Mazzala role. He makes it 4 assists now in his last 6 games. And yeah, he's been on fire. A confident finish. That is exactly the first highlight I wanted to see. Right, we've got a corner here. It's going to be Dylan Crowe over it. He's going to whip it and Quansah gets his head on it, but just over the crossbar. Elsewhere, Telford currently beating Southend United 1-0. That would be pretty significant in the title battle if they were to drop points. We could close the gap on them to 1. I don't believe Barnet are playing today, which is a tad unfortunate, but we can only really focus on our own game. And it's going to be Richards dropping in deep. Plays in Gold, he gives it to Ngesson. Lovely build-up play. And Ngesson from range. I mean, he's making his live-com debut today. What a goal that would have been to announce himself. Finessed effort comes off the post, but we're straight into another highlight. And right now, we are on the front foot and on the offensive. Richards on the verge of signing that new deal. Rabona's it to Ibrahim. Can we just go... Sorry, he did just Rabona that, didn't he? Did he just Rabona that? I mean, I hope he signs the new deal. He's 18. Yeah, he did try and Rabona it. Bit annoying the header's gone over, but look, I rate it. It's fun to watch, innit? Also, Telford 2-0 up against Southend. You love to see it. So at the break in this game, only 1-0. We've been massively in control. They've yet to have a shot on target. We really have dominated this game. Tad unfortunate we've not been able to take maybe 1 or 2 more of the opportunities that have come our way. I am going to tell the players I'm delighted. I think away from home, you can only really encourage them. Hopefully we can get an early goal in this half, and maybe it's going to come via Quansah. It's only his first of the season. It's taken him 12 matches to get it, the towering centre-back. I feel like he's not quite as effective at this level as he was, I suppose, a couple of divisions ago. But nevertheless, really, really nice header by him. 2 goals up, straight into the second half with an ideal start. Hopefully now we can grab 1 or 2 more, get the confidence flowing. Well, we could have a free kick opportunity here. It's going to be Booty over it. He has a left peg on him. Can he show us it? He can't. He's denied by the woodwork. It's been a siege, I feel like, on Fylde's goal in this game. They have been, well, unable to get out. You can see just the sea of green ratings gives you an idea of just how good everyone's been. Dylan Crowe on a booking scares me. I don't want to go down a man in this game, so we're going to make a sub there. Elsewhere, Garrett on a booking is not ideal. I'm going to bring in Jones for him to play as the ball-winning midfielder. I know a lot of people look at Jones and tell me he doesn't have the technicals to play as a ball winner, but he's physical and he's smart. And I feel like if you're a physical and smart footballer, you can kind of overcome sometimes the gaps in your technicals. He's been a player who has frequently been thrown on, to be honest, to kill off games for us in that ball-winning midfielder role. Going to turn to him and hope he can keep his good record of sub-appearances going. As well, we might be on the back foot because this is the first chance Fylde have had all game. Ado floats it back post. Quansah heads it away, but only as far as Rosa. Their left back here, or their left winger, Lemon, has got a lot of space. And well, really nice kind of play. And Chukwuemeka, is that the guy who plays for Villa? Was it? It's been given as offside. Is that the Chukwuemeka? I'm not saying his name correctly, and I can only apologise. Is there 2 of them, or does he have a brother? You know what? I need to do invest. He has, okay, his brother's the better player. That's what I didn't realise there were 2 of the Chukwuemeka brothers. 13 minutes left in this game. Piling going to try and get it clear. Donaldson wins the header for Gold. Now played forward to Duffy. Crunching tackle by Lemon, but well, they're going to look to bring the ball forward. They've already had 1 goal disallowed. Fylde. They might fancy themselves to get something here, as we're going to pass it around the back. Of course, at the moment, AOK has another clean sheet for his collection. Hasn't really been tested all that much in this game. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a save or 2 to make before full time here, because Fylde are coming on the offensive. Ado to Lasala, that post, and it's hammered home. And this time, Caleb Chukwuemeka has timed his run correctly. He's found the back of the net. And I'm going to be honest, it's kind of been coming. It feels like over the last 5 minutes. I've not really changed anything. Maybe now we need to look to just kill off this game. Volleyed in from point blank range. Not going to blame OK for that one. So in terms of killing off this game, I think it's a case of just trying to slow down the game, playing it out from the back more. We can just, really, really chill out. We don't need to do anything too crazy. We don't need to break forward with a load of players. In fact, we can lower the line of engagement too. And frankly, I just kind of want to see us kill off what remains of this game. If we could get another, that would be nice. But at this point, it's a case of seizing hold of the ball. If they can't score if they don't have it. If we could get one, great. If we don't, I'm not going to lose sleep as long as we get the win. And while Regan Booty at left back squeezes it into the bottom corner. I felt like in yesterday's video where I talked about Regan Booty, half the comment section seemed to have used him in Football Manager. If you've used him in Football Manager, where did you play him? Was it at centre mid? Was it at left back? Of course, he's slotting in at left back for us here. And that's one hell of a finish to squeeze it into the bottom corner. To reinstate the 2-goal lead, we are straight into another highlight. I was about to give myself a big pat on the back in terms of just slightly tweaking the instructions to kill off the game successfully. But if they now get another one back, that pat on the back might have been premature. And while looking at things, we could be on the back foot here. The Salah bringing the ball down the far side for Fylde. Lots of players in the middle to pick out. Instead, him and Addons just have their own little game at the back. Now with Spencer Addons, Blackmore. This is what I don't want. I don't want them to have the ball and have confidence. And I don't want to see a finish like that. Abraham Addons straight into the top corner. I'm going to switch to positive mentality and also switch time wasting to sometimes. 5 minutes left here. A lower line of engagement, maybe allowing them to pick their passes a little bit more, but we really did crowd out the middle. We just didn't track our runners, and in the end, it's a good finish by Addons. A-OK with his new contract. Didn't really look like he tried to stop that one. 5 minutes of added time, though. This game is slowly slipping away. I will happily not see another highlight. I might not get my wish, though, because the ball has been floated to the back post, and Gesson gets it away from danger to Duffy. It's a 2-on-1. Surely we have to score this to kill off the game. Gold. He's got 4 finishing, and it was all on display there. I'm hoping we're not going to live to regret that, but that is as good a chance as you're going to see in Football Manager in a 1-on-1. Saved away. We do still have a corner, though, that Booty's going to take. Quanta already has one to his name. Not going to be able to find his head there. And with 25 seconds left, I'll take full time now, please, Football Manager. I mean, if they score here, Stephen Gold might be thrown under the bus. Oh, my word. That should have been a goal. That should have been a goal, and it isn't. Ref, can you blow the whistle now? They've just missed. That might have been easier than the goal chance, to be honest. He had time to take a touch. He didn't have to volley that. Can we end the game? We can end the game. Right, 3-2. We've got the win. That last minute was bonkers. Chances for either team. Huge opportunities. Both were squandered. I think on the balance of play, we did deserve to win the game. But yeah, that end wasn't entirely pretty viewing. A nice victory, lads. Well done. You've done the business there. Of course, we've still got the Chester game to follow, but with that result, and also Southend losing 3-1 in the end, we closed the gap on them to 1. Barnet, unfortunately for us, do still have a game in hand. As I mentioned, we're not going to cover the Kings Lynn game. We're going to get to the FA Cup qualifying round. It's the last one before the first round. We're taking on Chester, fairly local to us. Let's hope that we can get a win. Yeah, I'm going to join you guys in just a moment for that one. So I feel like every season the FA Cup comes around and you kind of look at it as this opportunity to maybe make a little bit of money, especially as a National League side. This season is no different. We are currently £125,000 in the red, which isn't the end of the world. You know, we were way, way worse off at the end of the year. It's not an insignificant amount of money to be in debt, though. And I did make a recent addition to the team that has cost a pretty penny. Thomas Sang has signed for us. £1,800 a week makes him the second highest earner at the club. It's quite a lot of money. I do think he's a really, really good right back. And of course, he has got big boots to fill as he is the Dylan Crow replacement. Now, interestingly enough, it's worth noting that Dylan Crow is actually currently out injured for a month. Now, that wasn't the case when I made the decision to sign Thomas Sang. It does mean there's a little bit more pressure on Thomas to perform. So keep a keen eye out for him. With his addition, with those wages, we are over the wage budget though. So there's these big angry red numbers, which does make the cup run even more important. I'm saying this, I'm now questioning if it's a right decision or the wrong decision to have signed Thomas Sang. I'll let you guys be the judge down below. As already mentioned, we took on Kings Lynn since you were last here as kind of the midway game. Kind of wish I'd done it in a video. 6-0 it finished. Duffy got 5. Yeah, maybe he is the strike partner for Stephen Gold. Of course, got goals in our first game today. We will hope he can get more goals in our next game. And, well, speaking of that team, let's take a look at it. So, of course, with this being the FA Cup, we get 7 spots on the bench, which is always useful for really fully padding out the team. This is the 11 that we are going to go with, though. It is not Harker in goal. Ignore that. That is incorrect. I am sticking with AOK. He's been away on international duty. Harker did play against Kings Lynn and do a good job, but at least for now, I'm going to keep going with AOK. He wasn't good last game, was he? But I hate that I like him. Elsewhere in the team, Sang makes his debut at right back. The midfield is Butterworth, Garrett and Ngessen. Richards is going to play as the advanced playmaker. Duffy and Gold up top, also worth just mentioning. Richards has signed that new deal, a 3-year contract extension, a 4-year deal. Not an insignificant salary, but it is tying down a player with a lot of potential, which I'm hoping we're going to see him fulfill in the coming years. So Chester do play in the National League North. They're the kind of team that we should be expecting to beat here. Fairly local to us as well. They are mid-table in the National North. Of course, the division we got promoted from a couple of years ago. There was a temptation maybe to rotate things around, but given the significance of the FA Cup, given the opportunity it provides a team like ourselves to really make bank, I want to go full strength. Try and get a confidence-boosting win. Keep this fine run of form that we're on going. Maybe even make it, I think, 8 wins in a row. That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Richards in the middle for us. Now with Duffy, Butterworth, Gold. Nice build-up play here. Duffy played through. He's been on fire. Can he finish this chance? It's a very confident finish. He got 5 in the last game. He keeps this run of goals going as the striker. Last year, he was our number 10. He was our advanced playmaker. This year, maybe he's going to be the man to lead the line with Stephen Gold. That is goal number 10 for the season for him as well, which I think means he gets a bonus payout, which is going to hurt our wallet a little bit. Confident little dink over the keeper, though. The perfect start, really, as far as I'm concerned. Richards with the ball. Ngessen making that overlapping run as the Mazzala plays through Duffy. Could be through for another great tackle by the defender there. Roberts with a tackle that is as good as a goal, really. Half an hour gone here. Thomas Sang, the new signing at right back. Not had a massive impact so far, but he's in possession of the ball here. Could he find Stephen Gold? He goes instead to Ngessen. Butterworth, edge of the area. Richards, nice touchdown. Garrett. Richards again. Sang on the overlap. Earning the big bucks. Can he show us why we're paying them in? Not with a ball like that into the box. Blocked away, but we still have it. Richards back to goal. Gold tries to play in Roberts, and it's defended well, but Chester winning the possession and then just gifting it straight back to us. And the onslaught continues. Sang, little dinked ball through. Unfortunately, couldn't get there. Wonder if Dylan Crow might have been able to put a better ball forward. Ball lumped forward. And again, we are going to get possession and try and build through the middle. Gold to Richards. Duffy trying to make a run in behind. Goes down Roberts. Gold has an effort. Oh my word, it nearly bent into the bottom corner. That was a weird highlight. Couple of players falling down in the mists of the action, but it remains 1-0. Chester will probably feel quite happy to be still in this game, to be honest, as Gold played through Duffy. He's found that pace. He's in behind again. Can he finish it? Of course he can. 2 chances like that, both of them taken. Confident finishing by Duffy. Gold, the assister, was a crazy ball through, to be honest, by the target man. Not exactly a player known for his passing range, but he looks up, sees his partner in crime, plays the ball through it, holds up nicely in the rain. Then Duffy squeezes it in at the near post to make it 2-0 here. And maybe, just maybe, this can be the start of a beautiful FA Cup run. Less than a minute left of this half. If we get a third goal, you'd feel like that would be the goal that really crushes the spirit of Chester. If they get one back, maybe there is game on here still. Cash gives away the ball to Regan Booty, who's going to bring forward the ball from left back. Players inside. Gold is one of them. He dinks it to Duffy. He's on for the hat-trick. He gets the hat-trick. What a confident finish that was by Joe Duffy. Last year, he was a playmaker for us. This year, he is a goal scorer, at least right now. That is, I think, 12 for the season. As the commentator says, he's been an assassin in front of goal. The ball by Gold, really nice yet again. Chests it down, hits it on the bounce into that top corner. 3-0. It's been a Duffy masterclass. At the break here, as good a football as you're going to see. I'm very happy with that. And in fact, I'm going to use this as a chance to rotate things around. I'm going to bring in Maitland. I'm going to, I think, play Maitland actually as a pressing forward. rather than as the target forward, just because he's not as good in the air. Elsewhere, Butterworth on a booking kind of scares me slightly. We'll play things safe and bring in Ibrahim, I think. We will save our last sub, but I do feel like this is just a chance maybe to protect the players a little bit. We've played so well in this game, we can probably even look just to slow down the play, go with shorter passing. We're going to have a long season ahead of us. We learnt last year in the month of November, things get a little bit tricky. We're only in October now. I've got to prepare myself for the intense month ahead. And, well, Duffy's not got the memo, has he? He's just a set up Maitland who's fresh off the bench to get a goal of his own. Maybe that can be a confidence builder for him. I kind of feel bad for Chester. Regan Booty with the ball through. The goal scorer Duffy holds it up well, pulls it across the line. Not even Maitland can miss from there. Corner that we're going to have to deal with, though. Chester not had many chances, but maybe a rare one here as well. They are going to get it. ND Wenny with the finish. I mean, AOK was on a 7.0. Would be surprised if he's still on a 7.0 after that, although I don't think you can really blame him too much for that. On the half volley, about 7 yards out, smashed on goal. Couldn't stop it. Chester, don't see them making a comeback, but they've got hope now, and that kind of is annoying. On the flip side, don't have to pay any clean sheet bonuses now, so, you know, swings and roundabouts and all that. Or Booty, outswinger, can't find Quantza. Said, Duffy, get 4, mate. Just shoot. Have a go. Maybe don't. Quantza, Riches, and Gesson hits it, saved by Gould. I don't feel like that was the highlight. Does anyone else feel like that? I was expecting a better effort on goal by Gesson. Maybe we can bring it forward and have another go. Booty to Donaldson, who really has slotted in well to the team at left centre-back. Now Riches with it. Playing it forward. Duffy for on goal. I think he timed his run to perfection. He has. He's got a 4th goal here. This man has 9 goals in his last 2 games. Someone stop him. And yes, I know we're playing lower league opposition today. But the finishing on display has been very, very impressive. Riches lays it off. Played forward. That is a crazy ball through. And then Duffy's finish into the bottom corner. Confident, composed. 4 minutes left here. I mean, could Duffy get 10 goals in his last 2? Could he get another 5 here? He might hope for it. Garrett and Gesson. 2 minutes plus added time remaining here. It's been as convincing a performance as you want to see, really. No complacency on show as Ibrahim nods it down to Maitland. He smashes it in. He looks like he's a finisher all of a sudden, although the flag is raised. It's not going to count. So full time here, 5-1. Great little win. Duffy with another 10.0 rating. That is absolutely sensational by him. His finishing was superb. Looked good defensively for the most part. Created a lot going forward. Shame we couldn't score 1 or 2 more. But you know what? We will take that all day, every day. And with it, we do go marching on in the FA Cup. So we have now made it 8 wins in a row. We are on some crazy form. Looking slightly further ahead, we have got Southend away to end the month of October. I feel like I kind of have to come back for that match. I might even do that match, then go forward and do the game against Barnet, who are currently in 2nd with a little bit more of a significant gap in between next time out. Of course, that is somewhat depending on who you get drawn against in the FA Cup first round, because if we got Football League opposition, then we'll just do that with Southend, because that would be pretty entertaining too. But anyway, a really good couple of games. The goals are flowing. The league table looks very competitive towards the top. Hopefully, we're still going to be within touching distance of those leading the pack come next time. If you've enjoyed today's episode, as always, do drop a like in it. I'll see you guys again for more content very soon. And well, until then, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.